Morning.
Morning.
It's a beautiful day.
It's cold.
It should be cold. It's December. It's almost Christmas. The coffee looks good. You want me to get you another cup?
No, thanks. It's my second.
You got up early today.
I have work to do.
Did you have breakfast?
Nope.
Want me to get you some?
No. I'll get something at the courthouse.
You can spend the rest of our food at the courthouse.
I'll pick up something along the way.
Well, say it.
What?
How much you miss this place?
My old office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't realize how much I'd miss it.
Police headquarters. Strategy center. Confessional. Many things to many people.
You know, when I settled in here, you see the place I wanted to be all the time. With Robin. It's so important to me.
Something tells me it still is.
Hasn't changed much.
But then again, neither have you.
Hey, I just talked to the lab. They're sending up a report on that medicine bottle you found in Edward Quartermain's bedroom.
Fast work.
Is there any other way?
Well, maybe we'll know for sure what it was that killed Herbert Quartermain.
Mm-hmm.
Try who?
What do you mean?
We may find out who killed him. Turns out the lab was able to get 2 sets of prints off that bottle.
This could be the break we're waiting for.
One set would definitely be Herbert's, and the other would...
Be the murderers.
Officer, will you get in here and help me put this desk back where it belongs? Just a minute, Mr. Quartermain.
Mike! Mike, where are you?
I'm sorry, Sam. Mr. Quartermain called me.
I don't care who called you. Don't leave your post for anyone or anything.
Yes, ma'am, it won't happen again.
We'll see that it doesn't. Now remember, no one is to leave this house without permission. We can't afford to let a killer just walk out of here.
I have a big day ahead of me today. It's important. I'm going to General to talk to Dad. I'm going to ask him to reinstate me. Jake, did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Well, any advice?
You're asking me for my advice? Why are you starting now?
Just stop this, okay? Yell or scream or throw something, but just do something. I can't stand the silent treatment anymore.
Bobby, I don't think I should say anything right now, because anything I say is going to make things worse.
Then don't talk about me. Don't talk about us. Talk about Martha. Tell me about Martha.
You want to know about Martha? I'll tell you about Martha. I thought you knew, but maybe I'll tell you again. The McKees are after her children, and they damn well may get them.
Because of me.
Yes, because of you.
I feel very guilty.
That's great, that's great. But that's not going to help me when I'm in front of the judge. That's what I have to do today. I have to go in front of the judge and convince him to give us a continuance. So I'm sorry, Bobby, but I don't have time for your guilt now. You're going to have to deal with it yourself the way you've been dealing with everything else the past 3 weeks.
think you could use a friend right now.
Oh, Edward, I hate to see you so upset. I am sure it's too much coffee.
It's too much fuss over that medicine bottle found in my room.
Well, frankly, dear, I'm worried about that, too.
Well, how do you think I feel about it? I tried to put up a front to Scorpio and Anna when they confronted me with it, but I'm worried.
Well, if you didn't put it there, dear, who do you suppose did?
I've asked myself the same question over and over again. The only thing I'm sure of is somebody's trying to set me up.
Oh, Edward, dear, you've done some daring things and taken some terrible risks in your lifetime, but I just hope that this time you haven't gone too far.
Now, Lila, I don't want you to be worried. I'll do the worrying for both of us. But please, don't accuse me of doing things that I didn't do.
Uh-oh. Father's worried.
Did they find your fingerprints on the bottle?
That's such a family, such warmth.
And care and comfort, yes, we know.
Why do you assume that my fingerprints are on that bottle?
Why do you question our assumption?
My son, the detective.
Listen, if you can't handle your own son's questions, what's going to happen when it comes to Scorpio and the police?
I never saw that bottle. I didn't touch it. I'm telling you the truth. I swear it.
Well, for your sake, I hope you are.
You know, still in all, it's a little difficult to explain how that medicine bottle happened to find its way into your room. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit strange?
You know, for a doctor, you have to be the most insensitive man in the world.
I've accused him of being insensitive at times.
Listen, we only came in here because we're concerned about the both of you. I mean, neither of us want to see you go to jail, Father.
How the hell do you think I feel about it? And I'm not going, and that's all there is to it. I'll find some way or another to stay out of jail. Anyway, why are you two so anxious to make me look guilty?
Well, we don't have to do that. You're doing a good job of it yourself.
Yeah, well, as I was about to say before you jump to conclusions, I've got to find a way to find the person who planted that bottle in my room. Now, Monica, you like playing detective. What do you think?
Well, I think we should consider who the police suspect other than us.
It's a sound approach.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't I, dear.
Of course, Mother, we know you didn't do it.
Don't pass the buck. How do we know you're telling the truth?
I am. I swear I am.
Yeah, you'd sacrifice anyone to save yourself.
I think it's time to get a lawyer.
The best in the business.
Agreed. The best.
Someone who wins, even if he has to bend the rules to do it.
Thanks, John.
Again, I repeat, well done.
Thank you. We work with the best.
I worked with the best.
Thank you.
Look, enough of the Mutual Admiration Society. What does the lab report say?
You're always driving, aren't you?
That's why few people ever get ahead of me.
Would you like to do the honors?
I wouldn't think of it. It's your department and it's your lab.
Gentlemen, could we just maybe get on with it?
Good idea.
All right, let's see what the lab boys found here. You were right, Scorpio.
Well, aren't I always? Hmm?
No. Was there poison in the bottle?
Enough to kill 10 men.
Well, not always, but certainly when it counts.
That's why you're so difficult to work with.
Better you than me.
I'm suitably chastised. Now, what else is in there?
Well, let's see. They found the antacid and the poison matched that spill you found on Herbert Quartermain's nightstand.
Right again. Eh?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Go on.
I'll spare you all the technical jargon. What it amounts to is that concentration of poison was very heavy.
So, even a small dose would kill.
1 drop.
Oh, fingerprints?
One of them was Herbert Quartermain's.
That surprises me.
Well, why? We'd expect his fingerprints to be on there.
I'm surprised you have a match so quickly.
Oh, no problem. They were on file because he had a security clearance years ago when he was working for the government.
And the other set of fingerprints?
Edwards?
See for yourself.
What do you know? Let's go.
The Quartermain.
Where else?
The judge's calendar's pretty full today. Just get me in the door. I'll be out before you know it. I'm just going to ask for a continuance on a custody battle. Jeff, we're talking about a woman who may lose her kids here.
Kids, I'm a sucker for them. Let me see what I can do.
Thanks.
Wait here.
I will.
Oh, excuse me, could you tell me where the department... Oh, thanks a lot. I'll help you out sometime. Jake, I gotta renew my license and get an eye test.
That should be
take long.
Excuse me. Look, I can't find the Department of Motor Vehicles. I've been up and down these corridors twice, and I can't find it.
Ruby, they moved.
Well, nobody told me. I guess I didn't ask the right person.
They moved all their offices to the 3rd floor. I guess their signs hasn't caught up with them yet. Go to the 3rd floor and follow the smell of the paper.
Not only you are a brilliant lawyer, you should be a tour guide.
Well, we'll see how brilliant a lawyer I am.
Working and I'm babbling. Martha,
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the judge.
what do you think your chances are? Or better still, Martha's.
I don't know. Before, I was sure I could get Skeeter back once Melissa came home.
Before all the publicity about Bobby in the newspaper.
Yes, it's changed things. Everything's different.
Oh? Does that mean between you and Bobby?
How could it not be? Isn't this bothering you at all, Ruby?
Not as much as it's bothering you.
And particularly what it's doing to Martha. I mean, if anything cast a shadow on her good judgment, this did it.
Would you explain that?
It looks as if Martha left her children in the hands of irresponsible people.
I don't know anybody more responsible than you and Bobby.
Well, everybody believes what they read in the papers. The McGees and everybody knows where Melissa was. She was in Florida. She was put on the street by a pimp. Now, how does that make her look?
Like an innocent kid being used by lowlife.
Or a kid that's out of control, which is how the McGee's lawyer is going to paint the picture. And by the time he's through with her, she's going to look like the most uncontrolled kid on the East Coast who needs to have 2 able-bodied parents taken care of.
Bobby is very good at parenting.
Well, the publicity doesn't seem to suggest that, does it?
And what do you believe? You know, I wasn't going to throw my 2 cents in, but I think I will. Bobby never said she was an angel. What was she doing? She was trying to find those kids. And what's your thanks? You and everybody else dump all over her and make her feel guilty.
She brought it on herself.
You don't mean that.
Why didn't she tell me where she was?
Maybe she thought you wouldn't understand.
She didn't trust me.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
3 weeks. 3 weeks she was in Florida. She didn't give me an inkling as to where she was or what she was doing.
She told you she was trying to find Melissa.
Yes, well, she certainly found her, didn't she?
And a lot of thanks she got for it. You know, I'm glad I'm taking an eye test because I don't like what I'm seeing. Where's Bobby?
Probably at the hospital by now. She went there to see if she could get her job back.
Well, good. They know more than what they read to the newspapers, and they don't rush to judgment.
Ruby, I'm not judging her.
I think maybe I need a hearing test, too, because that isn't what I'm hearing.
Whoa, look at you. You look great. I give you a job any day. Thanks. Oh, this breakfast, though, I don't know. You know, I used to be a good cook. I really did. I just don't know what happened. The coffee, it just kind of like water. The eggs, I can't figure out what I did to the eggs. They're just a little stiff. The toast, I burned it just a little bit, but I can scrape it off, you know? It'll be okay.
Cincinnati, you didn't have to do this.
You don't have to eat this. You really don't. I just didn't want you to, you know, forget about eating, you know, when you've got this crisis. The juice. The juice is great. I can vouch for the juice. It's straight out of the jar.
Very sweet of you.
Sweet? No. Sweet, it's not. It's, I'm actually kind of ashamed of myself. I, should have realized things weren't really that rosy down here, you know? Oh, my goodness. I should have come up to talk to you. I haven't even asked you about your trip. Oh. We both were on trips, weren't we? My trip.
I'd rather talk about yours.
Yeah, well, you know, I never really thought about it, but neither one of us were really on pleasure trips, were we?
I know mine wasn't.
I wasn't either. I went away to get away from Sean.
I went away to find Melissa.
There's a big difference, though. What you did was courageous. Very courageous.
Other people don't see it that way.
Oh, don't you put yourself down like that. You deserve nothing but praise for what you did.
And burned toast.
I'm sorry. I should have taken you out for breakfast. This is a total disaster.
This is better. Think how people would stare.
Who cares what people think?
I hope the board doesn't care.
Well, I only wish I were as clever as you were. I mean, to get out of a situation that was that horrible, it was horrible.
Hold it.
You know, that's what you did. That's what you did. You did it on your own. You stood your own ground. You got out of jail on your own. You straightened things out. Not to mention those bratty kids down there.
Tiffany, I can't
No, you
believe
did.
do
I'm
this.
very proud to have you as a friend. I am. I mean, not very many people would have done what you did.
Tiffany, first of all, I never would have gotten myself out of the mess I got myself into. And Melissa and those kids never would have gotten back here if it weren't for one person. Scotty Baldwin.
Whoa. What? What did you say? What?
You got it. He's the one who deserves the credit.
Scotty Baldwin? Scotty Baldwin? Isn't Scott the Snake Baldwin?
Try Scott, the man who saved our necks.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's Scott now. Is he Scott the Savior? I cannot believe this.
He paid the fine. He got us out of there.
Well, wonders never cease. I can't believe that old renegade. Well, who converted him? What's he doing down in Miami anyway?
He's working as a lawyer, and he's doing very well. Finally got his act together.
It's about time, don't you think? Can you believe how much time has passed? He was terrorizing everybody. We're getting old. We're getting old. Is that we're getting old?
Everybody in the whole world is getting older every minute.
And that depressing news.
But eventually we all settle down.
And give up our wild life? What are you kidding?
Those newspapers in Florida sure threw mine in my face.
Oh, come on, Bobby. They're jerks. They're jerks, you know? After that wonderful reputation you built up.
Oh, Tiffany, I don't know what to do. I mean, it's not even so much about myself that I care, but it's Jake. And Ruby and Martha and the kids.
There's got to be something you can do about it.
I don't know. Maybe you know of something. I'm scared to death. I'm stalling right now. I'm scared to go over to the hospital and ask for my job back.
Oh, don't be silly. They're going to give it to you after all you've done for them. Of course they will.
I wouldn't take bets on that. I mean, I'm not worried about Dan, but what about the board?
That's the second time you've mentioned the board. You're really worried, aren't you?
Yeah.
If there was just some way that they could find out the truth. Wait a minute. I have an idea. Phone. Let me get to the phone. Let me get to the phone.
Who are you calling?
I am going to call Port Charles Herald.
Tiffany, no.
No
No
more
more publicity.
Trust me.
No.
Just trust me. Yes. Barry Seymour, please. Tiffany, you'll call it? Yes, I'll wait. He is the editor.
What are you doing to me?
No, what I am doing, the guy owes me a favor. Listen, can you be back here this afternoon?
Well, I plan to be back here. Why?
Don't bother about it. Let me handle this, okay? You are going to have your day.
I think I've had it.
Oh, come on. Come on. Where is that big old Spencer spunk? That fire. Don't let that fire go out. Come on, Bobby. Don't do it. I want to see that fire burning. Burning again. Burning. Burn, burn, burn. I'm serious.
Dr. Reinhardt, can I take respiratory therapy?
Sorry it took so long.
Oh, that's quite all right, Dan. I'm very glad that you could see me.
Let me look at you. How you doing?
Fine.
Come on, let's move down to the lounge. Then you can tell me how it really went.
Well, I am fine. At least I think I'll be fine if you tell me that I can come back to work. Dan, I realize that that could be a problem.
Tomorrow.
I'm sure that we could work it out. And as far as the visibility
Tomorrow.
is concerned... What did you say?
I said you can start tomorrow.
You mean that?
Of course I mean it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't. Listen, as long as I've got a job here, you've got a job here.
How can I ever thank you?
Just remember that I'm here for you.
Do I dare hug you?
I thought you'd never ask.
This isn't going to cause problems with you at the board, is it?
Oh, never mind them.
They're not thrilled about the publicity.
Well, they've all got things on their minds, especially the Quartermains. Edward's got his hands full.
What about Amanda Barrington?
Oh, I can handle Amanda.
There you are. I'm glad somebody's where they're supposed to be.
I know you're talking to us, but now if you'd only tell us what you're talking about,
Never mind. How are you both?
I'd guess better than you.
I am fed up with incompetency, bureaucracy, and frankly, your husband.
Saw Jake?
Yes, he told me you were here. You okay?
She better be. She starts work tomorrow.
Oh, how terrific.
Dan is terrific.
I only recognize talent when I see it. It runs in your family.
Well, I couldn't have put it better myself.
She's the shy one. Look, I'll let you two sort things out.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you for coming back safe and sound. And for what you did for those kids, too.
Oh, come on, don't make me start to cry. Me too, it runs in the family.
Well, as long as they're happy tears. Well, I better go make arrangements for you to get back to work. Excuse me. I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye, Dan. Aw, he is such a good man. You know, he's right. We do need to talk. I'm sorry for what I said about you.
What happened?
Well, we both got a little hot under the collar. Boy, he is just boiling with anger.
Did he say anything about me?
Still pretty upset.
Yeah. Well, that's putting it mildly. Ruby, I've hurt him very much. And I'm scared. I think I may have ruined our marriage.
Honey, you amaze me.
He doesn't trust me anymore. I don't know what else I am going to do. I can't believe what I'm hearing, Bobby Spencer.
Excuse me. Bobby Spencer Meyer giving up.
What can I do?
Well, why don't you try fighting for it?
I want to. Hail, hail, the gang's all here.
Except nobody feels much like singing.
Where's Alan and his father?
Here we are, Mother. Is that everyone?
Well,
Excuse
not
me, sir.
quite.
Yes.
I've asked everywhere, and no one seems to have seen Miss Clayton.
Have you searched the house?
We're doing that right now.
That woman must want to self-destruct.
Be an explanation for it, don't worry.
If you find one, tell me.
All right, look, I wanted you all here when you heard the news. We got the report on the medicine bottle. There was poison in the antacid prescribed by Dr. Wallace. It's the same kind of poison that's used to poison rats, the kind that Mr. Edward Quartermain asked the gardener to order. And we must assume at this point that it's that poison mixed in the bottle which killed Mr. Herbert Quartermain.
Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Why must we assume this?
Scorpio, would you mind enlightening the lady?
The liquid spill on Herbert's night table was comparatively fresh, which leads us to believe that he must have taken the poison shortly before dying. Now, according to the chief, the poison was of a highly lethal type and acted very quickly.
You murderer.
You did it, and you hid the evidence.
Oh, I don't have to put up with this.
Father.
I don't have to put up with this nonsense that this man is saying.
Say nothing. Whatever you do, don't confess.
Well, why would I do a crazy thing like that? I didn't do it. I am not guilty. Why won't you all believe me?
I believe you. So does Anna, and so does the chief.
What? There. You see, he believes me. Why?
Because your prints weren't found on the bottle.
Now you all satisfied? Whose word, then? Arrest the murderer.
Tell us whose prints were on the bottle.
Come on, don't keep us in suspense, man. Who did it?
The prints belong to Alan.
Me? I told you, Betsy. I knew it was you.
You're the murderer.
Dear heavens.
Alan, you could have
She's
told
not in the
me.
house, sir. It looks like she must have sneaked out.
Damn it, how stupid can she get?
Search the grounds, find her.
Yes, hello. This is Autumn Clayton. Yes, I just got in.
Flight 26 from Port Charles has just arrived at Gate 9. We want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Big Apple.
For my active stain maker.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
Jake, good news. The judge will see you in a few minutes.
I owe you.
No, we're even. Stay here and I'll call you. And remember, the judge will hear your motion for delay now, but it might be a few days before you get the ruling.
Of course. Thanks.
Thanks.
Jake! It is you. I love your beard.
Thank you. Tiffany, what are you doing here?
Oh, I came to interview a judge.
Which judge?
Oh, I can never remember this judge's name. Let me think.
Tiffany, why do I get the feeling this is not the only reason you're here?
I'm a bad liar, aren't I?
Yes.
I came to talk to you.
I'm very busy.
Oh, Jake, I'll talk fast, okay? Look, I heard you and Bobby arguing this morning. And now, understand, I don't want to butt in,
But you will.
it's only because I have seen so many people fight that hate each other, you know? And I can't stand to see people fight who really love each other.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Not about you and Bobby, it doesn't. She loves you, and you love her. I mean, she's feeling terribly, terribly guilty about what happened.
I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm glad she is.
You're right, I don't want to hear this. I can't even believe you would say
Well,
that.
it's true. Look, Tiffany, this is not just between Bobby and me. If it were, it would be easy to forgive her. If it were just her quirky anger or something that got her in trouble and made a mistake, it would be fine. I'd be the first one to jump and be her hero.
So what makes this different?
Because other people are affected by what she's done.
Jake, other people usually are affected.
Not like this. Tiffany, when I took Martha's case, I took on the responsibility to make sure that no one could take her kids away from her. Now, because of what Bobby did, I may not be able to fulfill that responsibility.
Well, you said you may not be able to. I mean, you're a very good lawyer, Jake. I don't think you'd let that happen.
Well, I'm certainly going to put all my energy into preventing it, but I really don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, come on, you'll win. You know you'll win.
Well, I'll certainly work my butt off.
Well, while you are, I want you to remember something. That woman that you married did what she felt she had to do. I mean, she always does that. You know that. And just because you're a little ticked off, because she happened to do something without asking your permission, that is something you're going to have to deal with, Jake, on your own. But she was very independent and feisty. You know that long before she ever met you. She's a little spitfire.
I know. It's one of the reasons I love her. She's just gone a little too far this time, Tiffany.
Jake, the judge will see you now.
Thanks. I'm on my way. Wish me luck.
I do. You and Bobby are going to need a lot more than luck.
Mrs. Meyer?
Yes?
I'm Carol Quigley. I'm a reporter from the Port Charles Herald.
Oh, yes, of course. Please, come in.
You were expecting me, weren't you? My editor said that you wanted to make a statement.
Well, I did. I do. I'm feeling a little gun-shy at the moment.
I understand that you feel the ladies and the gentlemen of the press haven't treated you so well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not exactly the way I would describe them.
I've been called a few names myself.
I didn't mean anything personal. Please, sit down.
Thanks. Are you angry because you feel that they distorted the facts?
I feel that they never should have printed the story in the first place.
Well, I have to admit it was a good one.
It wasn't true.
And the facts were wrong.
Yes. No. Well.
Oh, which is it?
It's a little bit of both, I'm afraid. Yes, it's true that I was in a brothel. Yes, I was fined and I was arrested, but I'm not a hooker. I never slept with anyone.
Yeah, if I quote you on that, we're both in trouble.
Why? Because nobody would believe me? Well, then maybe you shouldn't quote me at all. As a matter of fact, maybe this whole thing wasn't a very good idea.
Look, if my notes bother you, I can use
You know
them.
what's really bothering me? The fact that I've been put in a position where I have to explain things to everybody.
Look, it's your house. I don't want to be rude, but you requested this interview. It's no skin off my nose if you don't want to give it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a hard time.
Look, I have an idea. Maybe if I put the notebook away, you could talk to me off the record. Maybe you could try to explain things to me, and then, if we're both satisfied, maybe I could help you make sense out of it for other people. I'm willing, if you are.
Okay, thanks. I suppose you could call it undercover work.
I could make a bad joke, but I won't.
I've already heard every bad joke there is to hear on that subject.
Go on. You posed as a hooker because...
Because it was the only way I could think of to get some young people I know out of trouble.
What young people? From around here?
I won't mention their names.
If they're minors, we wouldn't print them anyway. It's policy.
Go on. A young girl that I know and a friend of hers ran away. They ended up in Florida, and they didn't have any money because it was stolen. Well, they were scared, and they were frightened, and they met up with a man who
pretended that he was going to help them out. They had absolutely no idea how he was going to use them.
As terrible as it is, it's not a new story, Mrs. Meyer. The guy was a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
Kids run away every day and end up in a mess like that. But something else. Something you're not telling me.
I don't understand.
Something tells me that you're not telling me the whole story. How you knew where to find them, how you managed to get so close to them. Now, that's the part of the story we need to look at.
Well, perhaps I'm being overly cautious. I don't want to slip and mention their names.
Or you're afraid of getting in deeper.
Okay. If I tell you the whole story, do you promise you will not drag the girls into it?
I'll keep their name a total secret.
Will your story be printed on page 1 like the original story?
No, I doubt that. Whatever you tell me, it can't be as sensational as your being arrested. But if you decide to tell me everything, I'll promise you this. I'll do my best to get as much space as possible. Your retractions have a way of getting buried.
You don't sound very encouraging.
Well, I don't want to promise you that what you say and what I write will make everything okay. It may change a few minds about you, but that's all.
Okay. Right now I need all the friends I can get.
You want to give me the story then? Straight?
My husband's a lawyer. He's working on a case right now, and I think it might help.
Again, don't get your hopes up. Look, I know from experience. Once a story is put in people's minds, it gets stuck there.
Well, for Jake's sake, I'll give it a try. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, yes. Please.
New total oatmeal.
How many times do I have to tell you I did not put the medicine bottle in my father's room?
Maybe you did and you forgot.
I didn't forget because I didn't do it. I never touched the damn thing.
Then how did your fingerprints get on it?
I don't know that. If I knew that, don't you think I'd be telling you?
Well, perhaps if you told us, we could call it a day.
All right, just calm down, everyone, I think. When was the first time that you saw the medicine bottle?
I don't know. I don't keep a recording of
You
things
might
like that.
remember. Dr. Wallace said that it was a new bottle and he'd just given it to Herbert that day.
Yes, I remember him saying that. That's right.
What else do you remember?
Yeah, just he put the medicine bottle on the nightstand next to the bed along with the rest of the medicine. That's it.
Did you see it there?
The only time I set foot in that room was when I helped Herbert up to bed.
That's a likely story.
I am telling you the truth. It was the only time.
Except for when you put the poison in the bottle.
Hey,
You better...
listen.
Hold on.
Now listen,
Come on.
you two. The only reason you're here is because the chief said so. On the understanding that you shut up. One more word and out you go.
That's right. Now shut up.
Oh, don't raise your voice.
Now where were we?
You're talking about the bedroom. I was telling you the only time I set foot in the room was when I helped Herbert up because he was... Wait a minute. That's it. That's when I saw the bottle. When we helped Herbert up to the bedroom, he wasn't well. He had this convulsive seizure, and he threw his arms out, and he knocked the medicine bottle off the table, and I picked the thing up, and I set it on top of the table.
That's another lie.
He'd do anything to save his neck.
I'd love to wring yours.
It's the truth. That explains everything, doesn't it?
Well, not quite, but it helps. Let's, take a break.
Thank you.
You're doing fine, son.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Things don't look too good for us, but I'm proud of you.
That's what I need to hear you say, Father. Thank you so much.
And I know in my heart of hearts that if you did kill Herbert, it was just to keep the money in the family. Now, I thank you for that.
Me too, Padre.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind.
There's got to be something else. We can't just arrest him because his fingerprints were on the bottle. We have to have something else.
I'm not sure he's your boy anyway.
I'm not sure either.
Something wrong here. Something missing.
Autumn Clayton, maybe? Maybe she's got the information we need. Where could she have disappeared
I
to?
don't know. I can't imagine.
Maybe Quentin and his wife have some information. We can go talk to them.
All right.
Cover for me, will you?
Yes.
Yeah?
But you have so much...
How you doing?
Great. You know how to bake a cake with a file in it?
That's bad.
Worse.
Welcome home. Special treat tonight.
Yeah?
One mighty meal with all of your favorites. With wine and candlelight and 5 courses. I planned the whole thing especially so we'd have a lot of time to talk.
I'm sorry, I've got work to do.
You have to eat.
Maybe later. I need the time. I'll be down in my office.
Well, I'll bring some to your office.
Don't bother. I have to...
I know. You have a lot of work you have to do.
I have to look at precedents at custody battles. The judge heard my motion. It'll be a few days before I hear his decision.
Then go do it. I'll have a plate ready for you when you're finished.
I'll fix it myself. Don't wait up for me.
Not so fast. Didn't anybody ever tell you that it's unsafe to prowl around these grounds on your own? Now, before we set off one of the building alarms, where have you been?
It's none of your business.
Everything to do with this case is my business. Now, at this moment, Alan and Edward are being grilled by the police. Someone's about to be charged with murder.
No,
Yes. Not bad. How long have you been rehearsing that?
I didn't.
Surely you must realize that evidence has been building against them for some time.
No, I didn't.
It's too bad, because you're not in the clear yourself.
I haven't done anything.
Then why sneak out of the house? Where have you been?
I went to New York City.
Let me guess, to do shopping.
I went because of you.
You're not afraid of me.
I didn't trust you.
That's too bad.
I went to see my father's lawyer. I had to know if you lied to me about my father and Herbert.
It's Herbert now, isn't it?
Well, I expected you to gloat.
And tell me, what did you find out?
He confirmed what you told me. Herbert cheated my father out of $500,000. Are you satisfied?
Not really. You know, you tell a rather convincing tale if one is inclined to believe you. But I feel a new possibility. And that is this whole trip to New York was simply a ruse to make me believe you didn't know anything of this was going on.
Well, maybe you're that devious, but I am not.
Oh? Who's the person who's managed to elude the police all the way to New York rather deviously?
Look, you can call it what you want. I am tired of your accusations and insinuations. I am tired of feeling like I have to answer to you. I don't have to do that, Mr. Scorpio. And I won't.
Convincing. Very convincing.
Well, I'm glad you find me so entertaining. But the truth is, I am too tired and too confused to care what you think. But think about this. If I were the killer, wouldn't I have stayed in New York? Simply run away. Now that would make sense, wouldn't it? If you'll excuse me, I really need some rest.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't try to leave the grounds again. We have more police guards here now. They're under orders to stop people any way they can.
Long ago, man discovered that dogs kept teeth clean and healthy with a bone.
Are you going to tell me what happened?
Later.
Well, I guess we hushed up Quentin and that witch he's married to.
It's not over yet.
I've called a lawyer just in case.
Just in case of what? They're not going to charge Alan or me with anything. As far as you're concerned, they haven't paid any attention to you.
That's right.
Well, here we go again.
What?
What's going on?
Autumn decided to come back.
Oh, where was she?
New York, so she said.
I guess you can get there and back in the day. Why was she there?
To see her father's lawyer, probably to have confirmed what I told her about Bertie.
You believe her?
I don't know. The longer this case drags on, the more bizarre it becomes.
Excuse me. Yes, Stella? There's a man here with a delivery.
Why are you bothering us with it?
I don't know what to tell him.
Well, tell them to take it to the service entrance.
Oh, I don't think that would be appropriate.
Why not? It's where deliveries are usually made.
I know, but not right at this time. No, I don't think
What's
so.
wrong, Stella? I mean, what is the delivery?
This, ma'am. Ashes.
Good grief.
It's Cousin Herbert.
Father! May you rest in peace.
Please, this has got to stop. I can't go on with this.
Got great curves? Great curves deserve 18-hour playtime.
Hi, we're the guys on Full House. Yeah, you know the show with the 3 guys, 3 kids, the baby. I'm the tall guy. I'm the dark-haired guy. I'm the blonde-haired guy. We're just like Charlie's Angels, but we use a lot less hairspray. And we change